Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Jones, and if you're new here, welcome. I like to talk about all things movies, specifically Blu-rays, and it's been a second. I have been taking the month of December off for the most part, just trying to enjoy family, the holidays, watching a movie here or there, but it's been an interesting year. 2023, personally for me, has been kind of a terrible year, especially when it comes to family. Just we've had a lot of crazy stuff happen. But nonetheless, I am thankful for the year and the times that I've spent here with it in 2023. And it's time to look back at some of the best kind of physical media releases that have come out this year. And I know a lot of you have probably already put together your own lists and whatnot. I've decided to kind of split this up into some categories. So today we're going to be talking about box sets and some of my favorite box sets. In fact, I kind of tricked you probably in the title. I don't know if I've changed the title or not, but I decided to do two top 10 lists in no particular order, two different categories of box sets. So let me explain a little bit. The box sets categories are like singular films or multiple films, right? A normal box set, you think most of the time have multiple films. But for me, I also wanted to encompass some of the films that were like single discs, or at least one singular film that has like a really special treatment. So that's kind of where I thought about this in terms of talking about box sets. So I have two different categories, and I have 20 different films, actually a little bit more. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a bit. But yeah, I want to know, before we jump into the box sets, the best box sets of 2023, at least in my opinion, what are some of your favorites? I would love to know in the comment section down below. Feel free to share now or after the video if you haven't seen your favorite box set. But before we jump into those box sets, I will say there are a couple criteria for why I chose these ones. One is the package itself, right? If the package just wowed me, then of course I'm going to be talking about it. Second is the visual or audio component to it. So I've seen most of these discs. Some of them I haven't seen, but at the same time, like that first category of the package design, if it's a great package, then I'm going to be talking about it, regardless if I've seen it or not. So there are those, kind of criteria that exist when I kind of compiled this list, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's just jump into the box sets now and talk about the single titles. All right, so the first and probably one of my favorite releases of the entire year. I've already mentioned this. I've actually done a whole video on it, but I'm talking about Studio Canal's The Wicker Man. I absolutely adore this box set. This is one of my favorite box sets probably of all time. Right alongside in my other folk horror sets, all the Haunts BRs and The Witch right there. I am just so ecstatic that Studio Canal put out such a fantastic film. They put out good steelbooks as well, both here in the States and also in the UK. But this is actually a region B Blu-ray, but a region free 4K, because A, B, and C for 4K. But yeah, this is the box set itself. This is like looking at Wicker Man at the 50th anniversary. That's kind of what it is, but I love the design of this because it has a pop-up in here, which is just amazing. I've kind of already went in depth with a lot of this stuff, so I'll just be really brief on this stuff. There's some postcards at the bottom right there. Welcome to Summer Isle, and the box set itself, which has some really great special features and also all the discs as well. And so yeah, it's just a fantastic set. It's a great movie. I've loved it ever since I've seen it for the first time, and highly recommend people pick this one up if you've not seen it, or at least get the steelbook, right? This is one of the best box sets of the year, and hands down, it's definitely one of my favorites. So check out the Wicker Man box set from Studio Canal if you get a chance. All right, so next we're going to be talking about Radiance Films and their single release for a box, and I'm talking about Messiah of Evil. Now, they put out 3 box sets this year, and we might cover them a little bit later, but this is actually the hardback case for this film right here from 1973. What a wild film. I just finished it not that long ago, and man, I just love how crazy this town is, and it goes all over the place, and I won't spoil too much of it, but this one is actually, in the Radiance Films lines. This is actually a region free, Blu-ray, so you can watch it if you want. So, but yeah, there's the disc itself, and along with the booklet, and I actually quite enjoy it. It's kind of hard to get out. That's maybe one con for this whole thing, but at the same time, it's just a fun 70s film that has not really been looked at, and I've actually seen a lot of clips from this. At the Alamo Drafthouse, they actually play part of this, and I've always wondered where it came from, so this is actually where it came from. Really fun film. Definitely a movie that I'm really glad that Radiance put out, and I'm excited for Radiance in 2024. All right, so next we're going to stay in the UK with Eureka Entertainment. They had some stellar films that came out this year, but I think this is the one that takes the cake because I think it's one of their first 4Ks that they put out. So this is region free since it is 4K. So if you haven't picked this one up, it's an incredible 4K, and I'm talking about the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Or I was about to say the the German version, Das Cabinet des Dr. Caligari. This is a really wonderful 4K. I love this design. Like I said in the previous one with Messiah Evil, it's just like, you know, a singular film right here in a nice sturdy box. There is the film itself along with the booklet. Very much like it. I actually love the colors of it. There's the orange original cover right here, but it actually has quite a bit of special features on it. Unlike, you know, the Dr. Caligari that you got from Kino, which also has some special features, but this has a little bit more. So it's definitely worth the upgrade, and I actually really like the transfer as well. So the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, if you haven't picked this one up from Eureka, definitely do yourself a favor and check it out. All right, so we have some big hitters coming up next from Second Sight. They hit things out of the park this year. So I have a couple to cover. The first one is from a film that came out not too long ago. The Blu-ray on this is region B, but the 4K of it is region free, of course. And I'm talking about It Follows right here. This is a sleeper hit, of course, that, you know, has taken off, and everyone loves this film. If you've seen this movie before, you understand that it's a modern horror masterpiece, in my opinion, and the 4K looks great. This actually, like I said, it comes with very standard stuff right here, just a really sturdy case right here. We have the films itself. It actually comes with a hardback book, which is awesome. Yeah, I haven't read this yet, but I'm excited to check it out. It's got postcards with original artwork from this, and of course, like I said, the Blu-ray and the 4K. And the Blu-ray is region B, but the 4K is region free. So if you ever do pick this one up and you have a 4K player, don't worry, you'll figure it out. But also, just, you know, get a region free player. Of course, you're missing out on so much if you haven't. But It Follows. It's a great release. I love the transfer, and I think it is a wonderful box sets edition of a single film. So check out It Follows if you've not seen it before. All right, I got to continue with Second Sight, and this one is a doozy. Very similar to what we were just talking about with It Follows. The Blu-rays in this are region B locked, but the 4Ks are not. And I'm talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Man, what a great film. What a scary film, too. There are the films, it's the film itself with its multiple things. I think this has 5 commentaries in it, which is kind of insane. So very much like with the other Second Sight releases, there are postcards right here, some original artwork. There's a really nice hardback book. This one is like thicker than that It Follows one. So yeah, very good material. You can hear it. So very much excited about that, of course. And I've seen this transfer. It looks really fantastic. The first one is of, you know, some Blu-rays right here. So these first two are region, you know, B. So the extra features are a little bit more region locked since they are on the region B, the second disc here. But then the 4K is not region free, or it is region free, my bad. But yeah, definitely check this out if you've not seen it. I know that there was another edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out on Steelbook, and that looks wonderful too. So if you're here in the States and you want to pick that one up, definitely do yourself a favor. But if you're a huge fan of this, I would honestly recommend just upgrading to this wondrous 4K set from Second Sight, because it's such a stunner. And this is stacked with special features. It's one of the best special feature releases of the year. All right, the last film we're going to be talking about in this particular list for Second Sight is another glorious one that I have from Criterion, actually, but I've been wanting to get this on 4K for so long, and I'm super excited to have it. I'm talking about Picnic at Hanging Rock. Wow, what a stunning set. So very much like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's got similar, things here. It comes with a book. It comes with some postcards. It comes with 2 books, actually, and then it comes with the films itself. So first and foremost, here's some original artwork right there. It actually comes with 2 books. So there's actually based on a novel by Joan Lindsay, and actually that comes with that book itself. So it's a paperback, but it's actually a pretty cool book. I've only read parts of it. I actually have the book from Criterion, so it's similar to that in this, but it's a different edition, so it's really cool. And then, of course, you have this, which has more glossy paper. on it, which kind of just goes through the film itself and the essays that are with it in the production crew. So really great to have 2 books here. And then also, of course, we have the films itself. Very much like we've talked about before, the 4K discs are region free, but there are some region B things here as well. But there's 4 discs here, and so definitely check that out. If you've never seen Picnic at Hanging Rock, it's one of the best films from the 70s. It came out one of the best years too, 75, and I am so excited to check this movie out. Almost every year I watch this movie, and it's a great edition. I really love this edition. There are some things in here that some people maybe the color's a little off from what they remember, but at the same time, for me, I love it. I love this film, and I recommend upgrading, in my opinion. So Picnic at Hanging Rock, fantastic box sets. I'm going to display it like crazy because I love this movie. All right, so now we're going to move on to Indicator, and I kind of mentioned earlier that there's a top 20, right? There's these 10 individual discs, and then there's the 10 box sets for multiple movies. Well, I kind of cheated, and I'm actually going to cheat with this by kind of suggesting all of these movies are kind of like in the same category because they all came out together. They're all 4Ks of Jean Rollins films. So right here, I'm going to be talking about this. This is my singular choice. Of course, I'll show Fascination. The other ones I can't really show. I've seen some of this. There's some schlock in it, but there's also some great stuff in here. But if you are not familiar with Jean Rollin, these are some really great 4Ks. So just to use 2 Orphan Vampires right here as an example, I can pull that out because I have watched parts of this. This is not a great film, by the way, but it's a really great box set regardless. It's got that really nice paper gloss for the films itself. I can't show you everything in here. There's some not safe for work stuff in here. But what I love about Indicator is their little paper cardboard, that has the films itself. Okay, for a second there I was like, oh wait, can I show that? I can show that because there's nothing there. I'm keeping this in. But yeah, it houses the discs and the plastic and the paper, and it just feels great. And yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm excited to jump more into this. My friend Sam is a huge fan of this and has really been championing this behind the scenes with me. So I'm excited to jump into these Jean Rollin films, and I wanted to mention these 4Ks, these slimmer cases too. That's also a thing that they started doing, slimming down on their cases, making more room for people, and I love that. So it's another reason why I wanted to bring up these films is because of the case itself. But yeah, excited to check out more of these films and get a little sleazy and a little scary too. All right, speaking of sleaze, we got to go to Vinegar Syndrome, and we got to go to one of the most sleaziest films, or at least one of the most well-known sleazy films out there. That's Showgirls. I love this film. First of all, I have actually never seen this movie before until this year, but I knew this has been getting a big critical reevaluation. I'm a fan of Paul Verhoeven and his films. They're very subversive and pretty strange, but this movie in particular definitely has a lot of sleaze to it, and definitely not for everybody. So I definitely don't recommend this for everybody, but I honestly think it has a pretty fun story, and of course there are showgirls, of course. So there you have that visual aspect as well for a lot of people. Don't know how much I can show you in this thing, but it's a really cool set. I really love the way that it's designed. It's got a magnet strip here that you can open it up, and of course you can see the film itself. I can show you the poster at least. There's that. So you know that, and then there's a nice slip cover right here that I think is warranted here with this film, and then the original poster right here, of course, for Showgirls. It's got a lot of great special features as well, and a lot of the cast and crew come back and talk about this film and what it meant to them, which I think is really great. So it comes with 3 discs, a 4K, a Blu-ray, and a Blu-ray with special features. This is Region A, so you can definitely watch this. But I think this is a really great film, and I'm glad it got critically reevaluated, and I think it's definitely something that people should check out, even if you're apprehensive about it. It's definitely worth a watch and to have a good time with it. Honestly, that's kind of what this movie is. It's definitely just schlocky fun. So, but anyway, like I said, Showgirls, can't show you too much, but great release. I'm glad Vinegar Syndrome put it out. It looks gorgeous, and I love displaying it regardless of what people may think. So continuing with Vinegar Syndrome, they also put out something that just came out not too long ago when I actually just got this in the mail, and I just watched it pretty quickly after I picked it up. And I'm talking about Cronenberg's Existence. So David Cronenberg's Existence has been wanted on Blu-ray for a long, long time. And wow, do we got it? And this is awesome. Yeah, so this actually is the 4K disc of it. I think I said Blu-ray, but yeah, so there it is right there, Existence. It comes with the Blu-ray and the 4K, of course, some special features as well. So I actually have not checked out the special features on this, but I really love the design of this. Of course, it's very simple, very similar to Showgirls in that sense, but also it comes with this cool book right here as well. It's a fun video game movie if you've seen some Cronenberg. But yeah, I just love the design of this too. It feels like very textured. I guess it's got a very skin-like quality to it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen Videodrome, it's very akin to that, of course. Very similar, at least in this aesthetic quality. But yeah, it's a fun 90s movie. It's not a Cronenberg that's talked about too much, but I know a lot of people have picked it up, and a lot of people have enjoyed it so far. And so I think this is definitely one of the things that, you know, Vinegar Syndrome is going to be known for this year, is Existence. So check it out if you've not seen it. All right, so next we're going to go to a studio, I guess, boutique studio. I don't really know how to describe them. It's A24, but I want to talk about one of their long form, you know, single discs. And I'm talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once, a film by Daniels, plural, right? So this is the normal, if you get like a normal Blu-ray, like Existence, right? You can see the difference in the size here of this thing. So these tall things are available on A24's site. I've collected them all. I've enjoyed every single one of them that I picked up. It has all the cast and crew on there. I think I did that right. But it comes with this nice pink book right here. It's nice and solid. And it comes with a lot of special features. So it comes with the 4K itself. You can either choose a 4K or a Blu-ray. I always get the 4K. It's a little bit more expensive now. It used to be the same price. But anyway, it comes with all these different cool things in here. It comes with a poster, which I won't pull out, but it also comes with all the tax form information, which, if you know the plot of the movie, are very integral of it as well. And there's even, you know, circling of the amount that is due for our main characters. It's a wild movie and a wild film, and I love all this, you know, like I said, all the extras that come with this. And yeah, I'm just excited that A24 is putting out some unique stuff, and I think this is definitely one of the most unique things that they could put out. And I'm continuously going to buy these things, and I you know, I'm really curious about kind of how the next move for them is in terms of physical media and how they're going to go into that market in general. So yeah, so if you haven't picked this up, and if you're a super fan of a lot of the films that they put out, I highly recommend checking out all of the, you know, releases that they put out with these long form kind of books. But this is definitely the one that took the cake this year, was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Looks phenomenal. All right, so that marks the end of the single title boxes, the box sets that only have one title in it, but have, you know, bells and whistles. Of course, it's a box set, and that's why we talked about them. But now we're jumping into the box sets that have multiple films, and I've seen most of these. Several of them I haven't, but I love the design of them, of course. And so let's just jump into those. You know, I just mentioned Vinegar Syndrome, so might as well start off with them. And this just came out too when I got my Existence package. I also picked this up as well, and I haven't seen any of the films in here, but it looks incredible, and I have a feeling that this is actually going to be covered a lot more in the future in 2024 when people start watching these movies more and more. They're going to be schlocky. They're probably not going to be good, but these are lost gems. And the Vinegar Syndrome Lost Picture Show. I'm very curious about this set. I've heard several of my friends talk about some of the movies, and they're like, yeah, you're going to enjoy it regardless of the schlock and the terribleness of some of the movies. But regardless, this is just a really cool set. It has a lot of films in it, some like lost pictures from this time period. Beware Black Widow, Deep Inside, Rare Blue Apes, Red Midnight, Violated, Barbara, Las Vegas Strangler, Lost American Hobos, Voodoo Heartbeat, and What's Love. And I can't show you everything in here, but I can show you kind of the design of it. I love the design of this box set. It feels heavy, feels really well put together. It feels like hard book. And I can't show you everything, like I said, but there are some things that I can pull out with the titles. I cannot show you the back of this booklet, but there's a booklet there. And I can't show you the front of this, but there's Jesus on a cross. But this is the slipcover for one of the sets. And there's stuff on the other side, of course. That is on, half of the discs in there. The other half are in this other set right here, which I think I can show you. Yeah, I can. So I can show you, well, no, I'll cover this up. But there's the cover for this one, another booklet, and then of course I can show you this right here, and there's the two different types of movies there. So yeah, I'm excited about this set, and I think it's really well packaged, and I think Vinegar Syndrome put a lot of love and time into this one. But I'm excited to watch the sleaze and just have a good time with all these movies. All right, so moving away from Vinegar Syndrome, we're now going to Criterion, to the Criterion Collection, to the big box set that they put out this year. When Criterion puts out a box set, it's usually a big deal, and this one is still in that category. They put out Anya's Varda a couple years ago. They also did the Bergman set, and they also put out the Pasolini set, the Pasolini 101 set right here, which is just a really well packaged and well designed release. I do have one complaint about this, which we'll get to in a second, but if you open it up, there is this thing. This is actually normally on the back, but I have it kind of in there, tucked in. But there are the films here. There are 9 films in total, as you can see. I actually really love the storybook kind of element to this, and I really like the design and the colorfulness of this box set. But as you can see, the one complaint I would have is I hate these things. I hate these things where they house the discs. As you can see, they're actually blank right now because I actually house them in other things. But I've only seen a few Pasolini films, and I've liked what I've seen so far, even though I've been confronted by a lot. Of course, I've seen Solo, which is not in this, I don't believe. But yeah, wow. These films are going to be pretty provocative, and I'm excited to check it out. But I think this is a great box set, and I'm really happy that, Criterion put this out and continues to put out, collections from filmmakers that are really hard to get here in the States or around the world, and give more attention and love to them. So Criterion, great job with bringing out Pasolini. We're going to talk about you more in the next video. Next, we're going to move to Radiance Films. This is their first year. So they have 3 box sets, but this is the box set that I think takes the cake right here. And I'm talking about the Cosa Nostra set. Franco Nero and 3 Mafia Tales, and I'm going to butcher the heck out of that name. But yes, this is The Day of the Owl. The Case is Closed, Forget It, and How to Kill a Judge. These are really fun films, and wow, talk about something that I just didn't expect to love so much. I love the special features in here too. I love the sleek design of this set as well. This is actually one of my favorite artworks for the year, but usually it comes with this slip here, which the Obi case, which I have in here. I have it kind of tucked away in here, perfectly designed for that. But it comes with the films itself, comes with the booklet, of course, and it comes with the films, which I enjoyed every one of them. These are some fun films, and honestly, I'm just excited to check out more from Radiance this year. That being said, this is definitely the set everyone needs to check out if you've not seen it. This is a sleeper hit of the year. Check out the Cosa Nostra set. You're going to have such a good time with it. All right, so next is a set from Indicator, and my friend Daniel from Cobwebs will not shut up about it, and I love that energy because it's definitely a set that went really quickly, and I think a lot of these discs are actually singles now, so unfortunate, I'm sorry, coming in late with this, but it is the Mexico Macabre set from Indicator. I have number 69 out of 6,000. Nice. But these films are Gothic films, definitely have like the Mexican aesthetic to it, of course. It comes with The Black Pit of Dr. M, The Witch's Mirror, The Brainiac, and The Curse of the Crying Woman. So there they are again. I talked about earlier how I love the the kind of the slim cases that Indicator has been putting out, especially with these paper, and then here's the booklet itself. And it also comes with some postcards, of course. Postcards, the things that we don't need much of. But yeah, this set I'm really, really curious about, and I cannot wait to dive into more of it. This is definitely the set of the year I've heard from Indicator, and so I had to highlight it, of course. So Mexico Macabre. I hope you're able to pick up at least some of the individual titles if they're ever available soon, or if you have the set, let me know what you think as well. All right, so next we're going to go to Curzon Collection. I always butcher this name, but regardless, they've been putting out stunning box sets this year, and there's actually one that is honorably mentioned, is the three colors one, but these other two just kind of edged it out. And the first one I want to talk about is the Lars von Trier set from Curzon right there. Oh my gosh, so this is like plaid, it's like sleek, like a book, like a hardback book, and it's got the Obi strip has all the films in it, 14 disc set. So there's a lot of films from Lars von Trier in here, but I love the design of this. This is actually one of the best, this is one of the most well-designed box sets of the year, and I highly recommend people check this out. But like, look at this. It's got this artwork that is very stylistic of kind of Picasso. I'm trying to think of the art movement that's just escaping my mind, but surrealism. It's a very surreal looking thing here, but it has the movies itself and a booklet. The booklet's right here. There's these. If I open these things up, they are going to get way past the camera, so I'm not going to open them up. There's a lot of discs in here. They're all individually placed together with plastic. You can kind of see, but man, oh man, I've only seen, I think, like 4 of these films so far, but they're wild. If you're into Lars von Trier, definitely give it a check out. If you're kind of on the fence on it, definitely check out a couple of his movies before jumping into this big set. But yeah, I'm really curious about it, and I need to jump into this more when the mood strikes. So yeah, the Lars von Trier set, man, keep doing your stuff, Curzon. And we're actually not done with Curzon, because we're going to talk about the Ruben Östlund set. Man, my friend Elliot did a really great video on this. I definitely recommend checking that video out. He did a really good showcase of this. This is super unique. This one is super fantastic. So very much like the Lars von Trier, you got the Obi strip, you got the nice hard, almost like a book, hardback book print in here, and it comes with the films itself. This comes in a box, which is actually quite unique. It's a little bit different than the other one. 403 is the number here. But when you open it up, it comes with some extra features in here. One in particular that I think is just absolutely like next level, something I have not seen done before. If I can get it all out. Yep, there we go. It's all going to fall out. So anyway, I'll put this here in the center. What do you find in the middle of this? It's a deck of playing cards. I guess it's a game that's very similar to Cards Against Humanity, at least from the rules I've looked up. You don't really have to know much of Ruben Östlund's films to play it, but he has a card game that comes with the films itself. It's so cool. This is so unique. It comes with some postcards here in this envelope that I won't open up, but then there's the films itself and the various artwork that entails it. And so yeah, I'm super ecstatic about this. I've actually only seen one of Ruben's films, but they're super fun, and they're poignant, and there's a lot of social commentary in it that I quite enjoy critiquing. So yeah, I'm excited for this set, and one of the most unique boxes out there for the year. And so I had to highlight it. It's definitely one of the best of the year, 2023. All right, so we're gonna finish off strong with some Arrow releases. These are some really strong things that have come out from Arrow this year. First and foremost is the Hellraiser set, the 4K set, the Quartet of Torment, which actually just got re-released, I believe, kind of singular discs. But I really love this lenticular thing that goes from different layers of skin, very much like the film itself. This lenticular case goes to skeleton, and all the films are in here. But actually there's the 4Ks in here of all of the originals, so you can get this region free. But like I said, I think there's a new edition of this coming out, because I think this one sold out really quick. But it also comes with this really nice hardback book, and it's very glossy. This is a very glossy feeling book, and also just release. It's a very glossy feeling release, and these look, I've only seen parts of the first movie with this transfer, but I'm really curious about the rest. I love the Hellraiser films, and definitely recommend this if you are a big fan of them. All right, so continuing with Arrow, we have the box set of Psycho 1 through 4. Also on 4K, there are all the discs right there. Has a cool slip cover as well, a shower curtain of sorts, and then there's, you know who that is. But anyway, there is the Bates Motel and the discs itself. It comes with a nice paper. This one actually feels papery, unlike the other one, which is more glossy. But this is a nice feel to it as well, with all the discs in here, and there's reversible artwork in there as well with the book. So this is a great set, and I definitely recommend people check this out. Also, I think another release that just got re-released with singular films if you didn't pick up the set. Although I do think that the first one is not available separately from this. But yeah, check out this set if you've not seen it. Incredible films. I've only seen the first one, but I've heard such good things about the other ones, and I cannot wait to watch them. All right, so continuing with Arrow, we have another big set. This one had a little bit of a shipping problem. I'm sure a lot of you remember this. I'm talking about the Bruce Lee set at Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest right here. As you can kind of tell, there's been some damages that are involved with this shipping over here. But this is a really great, fantastic set. It's very heavy, and it has a lot of the Bruce Lee films in it. In fact, the 5 that he did, with various editions, actually. As you can tell right there, it comes with a lot of discs, and also a really cool hardback book, like the other ones we have been getting. The nice paper discs as well, with various, like I said, editions of this. Like Game of Death has so many different editions here. And it comes with some postcards in here as well. And then it also comes with some almost like magnets. It feels like magnets, but they're like, you know, not that. But anyway, really great sets regardless. Honestly, I just, like I said, I kind of just wish that this was a little bit different in terms of shipping, but at the same time, you know, this is comparing this to the Criterion set that came out a few years ago. This is a really nice, noticeable upgrade. Now, there are a lot of 4Ks in here, but except for the you know, Enter the Dragon, which is like one of the biggest movies that you know, Bruce Lee's known for. I think it's just a rights thing, but at the end of the day, it's definitely worth an upgrade if you can pick up this version or the red version. There's different editions of it, but at the same time, you get a bunch of the content in it, and definitely, you know, be careful when you're shipping it if you're going to pick this one up. But yeah, fun films. Curious about a lot of the transfers, and I'm curious about several of the extra discs as well, which I haven't seen, but there's a lot of really great things in here. In fact, I made a comparison video with this and the Criterion edition. So definitely a box set of the year, and highly recommend it. And last but certainly not least, this is actually probably one of my favorite boxes of the year, and that's why I saved it to the end. And I'm talking about Arrow Video's Enter the Video Store Empire of Screams. This set right here is so much fun, and it's so cool the way this is designed. So this actually has 5 films in it: The Dungeon Master, Dolls, Cellar Dweller, Arena, and Robot Jocks. Bunch of different B movies mostly, and it comes with this really cool design. So this has the paper right there. It also comes with you know, kind of scenes from these various movies. I've seen all the movies. They're a lot of fun, a lot of schlock in it, but at the same time, they're very all over the place in terms of quality, but at the same time, it's just really fun. There it is, opening it up, and you can see the films inside it, housed in there with a really cool retro, almost magazine, Arrow video magazine. It's got paper, and then there's the films itself. Some of these movies, like Dolls, were out of print, so it's really cool to get this. And I had never seen any of these movies before this you know, purchase, and I had such a good time with this. I have a feeling I'm going to have similar things with that Lost Picture Show, and just have such a good time with it, just with a lot of these B movies. But yeah, this box set is phenomenal. I think they re-released this as well, because this sold out really quick, and it should. It's really good. It's really fun. And I hope Arrow puts out more stuff like this. But yeah, I'm losing my voice. What about you? What are some of your favorite box sets of 2023? Both singular titles and then the ones that have multiple films in it. I would love to know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what I missed. Give it a like, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.